big bag, let me bang bang. Show me where your friends at, we can flip that. Let me put you on the game. 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 I'll show you where the red at, where the blue at. Show you where they flip that, where they bitch at. Let me put you on the game. Let me put you on the game. Let me put you on the game. Let me put you on the game right now.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex. Shout out to the Elite Fleet. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can become a member of the Elite Fleet. And listen, man, y'all gotta stop whining about Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan already got back with his little spicy Latina. Okay, so he should be good to go. Michael B. Jordan's gonna be fine. But I keep seeing people say Lori Harvey is the reason black men are SYSBN. This is the reason why they should date outside their race. And I don't understand that. First of all, Lori Harvey is not a reflection of black women. Lori Harvey is a reflection of Lori Harvey. And Lori Harvey, if anything, if you were going to reflect her on women, y'all act like Lori Harvey is the only one who moves in a way where you're like, dang, you talking to all those different people? Do y'all not realize the hit list of other women of other races in the industry? Do y'all not realize what Taylor Swift's hit list is? You want to talk about a woman getting ran through? Taylor Swift done been with Jack Gyllenhaal. She done been with Tom Hiddleston. She done been with Joe Jonas. She done been with John Mayer. And way more people than that. And that's just off the top of my head. She ain't kept name one of them. And that's a white girl. A country singing white girl. That's pristine milk. Taylor Swift is about as white as they come. And she can't keep a man to save her life. And she done been ran through. But y'all not saying, save yourselves, white guys. You should all go and date outside your race. Ariana Grande done been with Mac Miller, Big Sean, Pete Davidson, okay? And again, that's just off the top of my head. Ricky Alvarez. Like, what are y'all talking about? Save yourselves, black men, go get a different woman. This is how women move. See, listen, I say all the time, the reason there's so many incels now, in my opinion, all right, it's because women have always moved like this, okay? Even if you go back in the day, look up flappers. Go look up flappers. You'll see women been moving. There's been some women who just get around and do their thing since the beginning of the time, okay? All right? Your mama was probably at Freaknik like this. You go back to the juke joint. Women used to go to the juke joint, lift their little dress up, show a little ankle. Back in the day, that was being fresh. They used to do the twist. The twist was like twerking back in the day. Everybody do the twist. Hey, they used to do the twist. There was always these girls. Y'all like these girls didn't exist. You had harlots. You had Jezebels. Okay, they had different names for these women throughout ages. Like throughout the ages. There's always been birds. There's always been women who get around. You guys understand what I'm saying to you? Okay, your sister might have got around, your great granny might have got around. There's always been some women who got around, and because of the internet, now dudes are seeing girls move and seeing them move around because they taking pictures and they on Instagram, they on social media posting themselves up with different dudes all the time. And if you're a dude who can move that same way, you don't really care. But the dudes out here who can't move that same way, who struggle to get one girl, they choose to be angry at the women and go off on the women. Y'all sit here talking about some SYSBM. At the point, if you want an SYSBM because you feel like Lori Harvey is getting around too much and you feel like they are no good, period, at that point, you might as well just go MGTOW for real and just say F it and not deal with women at all anymore. Because at the end of the day, that's how most women move. The only difference between Ariana Grande, Taylor Swift, and Lori Harvey, and a lot of the rest of these girls, not all of course, but a lot of the rest of these girls is that they just moved sloppy. Some of the girls in the industry, you don't know who they've been with because they know how to shh. They still have tact. Okay, they know how to keep it on the low, which is all you can ask for, really. I mean, obviously, if you can get a version, if that's what you're into, that's great. There ain't going to be that many of them, right? But if you can find one, you can get one, that's great. Some of them exist. We got virgins who follow the channel, so they exist. But my thing is, most women are sleeping around. Sorry. Y'all going to have to get over that. Talking about some SYSBN. Why? Because Lori Harvey is messing around? Like, all women mess around. Again, if you was going to make Lori Harvey the reflection of anything, you should be making her the reflection of the modern woman. And again, not even the modern woman, because like I said, you could go back to the flappers. So to talk about Lori Harvey, like I said, and then say Lori Harvey is a representation of black women, this is why you should SYSBM, but not talk about Taylor Swift as a reason why you should stay away from white women, or not talk about Ariana Grande as a reason you should stay away from Hispanic women, makes no sense. Y'all love reaching out here, man. Listen, women moving around and doing their thing only really bothers men who can't do the same thing. And this is why I say I honestly think the internet era is the biggest reason we have so many incels. Because now that we have the internet era, a lot of dudes, I'm a firm believer that a lot of men was never really supposed to know how women were getting down. Like back in the days before the internet, right? The only dudes who really knew women was getting down, right, was the dudes who either had the money to access the flappers, or the girls who were shaking it at the juke joints, or the harlots, or the Jezebels, okay, or the court testings. Okay, the court testings back in the day, you had to be like a king or in a royal court to have court testings and just be able to walk into the whorehouse and sleep with the whores, okay? Right? You used to have to like be of a certain type. Like even in like the 90s and 80s, you only really knew how women was getting down if you were a player. But now everybody knows that women's sleeping around. And the problem is, even if you're fat and ugly as a woman, now you might not have a trouble getting married, but you can still get you some D. You can still get around. But if you fat and ugly as a dude, right? Or if you broke and ugly as a dude, or you socially awkward as a dude, you're gonna have a hard time getting around. So now all these dudes, they on TikTok, right? They on Instagram. They on Twitter, and they see these women twerking, and they see them with a new boyfriend every other week, right? And they see them getting around and slurping it up and riding the cock carousel and doing all this stuff, and they're sitting there and they're getting frustrated because they can't do it. And they keep looking for something to pull them out of that frustration, right? They say, well, it's just these black women, so I'm gonna go get white women. But the white men are frustrated too. And then the white men's just like, I'm gonna go get Hispanic women. But the Hispanic men are frustrated too if they're not participating in this. The Asian men are frustrated too if they're not participating in it. And then they go, I'm going to go MGTOW. But at the end of the day, unless you're gay, you're not going to stay MGTOW. Eventually, you're going to want you a woman. So I need you dudes to realize something, all right? There's enough women out here for everybody to get one. I already discussed that, and my 80-20 rule doesn't exist, all right? It's playing your ball court. A lot of y'all are only frustrated because y'all keep watching the moves of thoughts. There's a lot of girls out here who are like nerdy. There's a lot of girls who are geeky. There's a lot of girls who are reserved. Now, again, there's not a lot of versions, but versions do exist. Again, we have a few of them subscribed to this channel. There are versions out here. There's options for you out here. But some of you dudes, despite being an incel, I guess it's just because you watch so many of these YouTube channels, your standards is high as hell. So low key, you want a Taylor Swift, you want an Ariana Grande, you want a Lori Harvey, but you will never get one. You'll never be able to touch those classic girls. And then, and I said this before in my 80-20 video, you got fat women sitting there waiting for you, okay? You got late bloomers, girls who didn't grow up into their bodies yet, sitting there waiting for you. You got virgins sitting there waiting for you. You got socially awkward, nerdy girls sitting there waiting for you. You have selection, right? You got girls with no swag. And a lot of these girls, if you get the fat girl in the gym, she'll probably be fine. Some of the finest women are fat women who lose weight. You understand what I'm saying to you? So if you get her in the gym, she'll probably be fine. All right, the little nerdy or socially awkward girl, you get her some confidence, you get her some swag, she'll probably be fine. The girl who didn't grow into her body yet, it's gonna happen eventually. The virgin, she's a virgin, right? But y'all don't want these chicks. Y'all want Blue Jasmine. Y'all want Brittany Renner. Y'all pretend y'all don't, but y'all do. Y'all want Brittany Renner. Y'all want these OnlyFans girls who be on Fresh and Fit and Kevin Samuels show and all these shows. Y'all don't even talk to regular girls. Y'all disrespect regular girls. That's where you could get it in at, with regular girls. But now y'all don't want them. Y'all want supermodels. Then you get frustrated because these supermodels, you see them moving around with all these different dudes, but they're not moving around with you. You dudes want 6s, 7s, 8s, 9s, and 10s. You like a 4. You a 3. You calling the women delusional, your ass is delusional too, because you at 3 looking at what 7s, 8s, 9s, and 10s is doing, all the way from the bottom as a 3 and getting frustrated. Man, they're doing all this and they're doing all that and I can't participate. Yeah, because you at 3. You at 3. Then when dudes come and be like, all right, do the work. Get your body right? Lose your social awkwardness. Get your money up. Y'all want to do, why should I have to do that? Well, if you want a 7, 8, 9, or a 10, and then when I say, well, look, you got all these girls 5 and below, like the store, you got 5 and below right there. You can get you a 5 and below. You don't want to get you a 5 and below. You feel, I don't want her, she fat. I don't want her, she got pimples. I don't want her, she's awkward. I don't want her, she's a dork. I don't want her, she can't dress. Well, guess what? You're going to be mad. You're going to be mad. And that's why it was better when a lot of you dudes didn't even know how these chicks was moving, because I feel like y'all seeing women out here giving the V-Box up and they not sitting there like little princesses waiting for you dudes to come and sweep them off their feet is what's causing all this red pill rage and incel anger. You're like, damn, she getting it in with everyone but not me. That's when y'all start coming up with the 80-20 rule. Well, 20% of men are getting 80% of women. No, they're not. Bro, it's plenty of 4s cleaning up. There's 5s cleaning up. There's fat dudes cleaning up. It's gamer dudes who deal with gamer chicks who cleaning up. They at the Comic-Con cleaning up. They at GameStop cleaning up. You sitting here worried about what women who are way out of your league are doing. Like Lori Harvey, for example. Talking about, I'm going to stop dealing with black women because what Lori Harvey's doing. As if Lori Harvey's the average black woman. She's not. She's not. Come on, man. Like, I don't even, and then if a woman said, I'm going to stop dealing with men because of what Future's doing, y'all would say that she was wrong. Oh, you shouldn't be doing that. Come on, man. A lot of y'all biggest problem, man, is y'all get brainwashed on these YouTube apps, these social media apps. It screws y'all mind up. Y'all mind all jacked up. It's messed up. Y'all be worried about the wrong things. Listen, women going to do their thing. They're going to do what they want to do. You can't run away from women being women at the end of the day. So you got 2 options, okay? You can go on semen retention, and you can save yourself for a virgin or a woman who's holding out as well, okay? Or you can get your stuff together, get your money up, get your body right, all right? Get your confidence high so you're not socially awkward, and join in the fun. Jump on the thought train and go choo-choo and start smashing some thoughts. But y'all choose to sit online and get mad. Y'all trying to run the different races. I'm going to go with the black women. I'm going to go to white women. I'm going to go to Hispanic women. I'm going to go to Asian women. It doesn't matter. They're still girls. They still going to be getting around. They still going to generally act the same way. One might have a little more attitude. One might have a little less attitude. One might be a little bit more submissive. One might be a little bit less submissive. One might be a little bit more likely to call the cops. One might never call the cops. But they're still girls at the end of the day. You can't run away from the V-Box. The V-Box is the V-Box. It's just different shades of the V-Box. It's not that serious. So listen, Lori Harvey is not a reason to SYSBM. I'm not telling you not to SYSBM. I'm just saying if you're going to SYSBM, it shouldn't be because of Lori Harvey. All right? That's all I'm saying. Again, I'm not telling you not to SYSBM. I'm just saying if you're going to SYSBM, it should not be because of Lori Harvey. Because you cannot run away from Lori Harvey's. You're just going to find a different color of Lori Harvey. I am Alex and I am out. Peace.